doing the intro. Charles. Meow. I like this.
Faces, tails that sway in the spotlight, here to stay.
Getting started, everybody. Welcome in. Say hello to Chuck Norris.
We have trivia questions and a new segment. The guests show off their pets.
Chuck Norris is
Kitty cats to zebras.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Kelly. Tina Cat. Hi, Yo. Cat. Caleb. Hello, Turkey Hoge and Glenn. Welcome in. All right, welcome in. Today's date is July the 21st, 2025. Welcome to halfway through the year. If you've made it this far, you're doing pretty good. I'm glad that you took the time to join me tonight. This is a featured show here on the platform, which means that it covers over all of the platforms that the Meet Group hosts. So if you're here, welcome in. And because it is a featured show, it is a little bit different than regular streams, which means that I'm not necessarily be able to say hello to everybody as they come into the stream. I might not be able to have personal conversations with you here in the stream during this show. But the way the show works is that we have some pet trivia. Then we have a special guest. Our special guest tonight is Dada Ashish, which you're going to have a joy of meeting him and his dog tonight. And as well as then we have Pets in the News with Cats Rawr, and she brings us all the newest, latest, and greatest in the pet world with the pets. Now, you will see Chuck Norris, my cat, and Binka, my other cat, which are both rescue cats that I rescued from the Humane Society here in my hometown. And if you have a pet and you want to be on the show sometime, hit me up, let me know, and I'd be happy to get you on the show. But do it on IG. Hello, Bruce. Hello, In and Out, baby. So I'm so happy that y'all are here. So thank you for joining me tonight. We're gonna get started with some pit bull trivia to see what you know about the pit bulls. And maybe there could be a reason for this, maybe there's not, but I'm very excited to see what you know about pit bulls. Where did the pit bull originate? Thank you, Sirac. Was it Germany, France, England, or Russia? Like, where do you think the pit bull came from? Was it Russia? Was it England, Germany? Like, okay. All right, Bruce. Okay, Bruce started out strong tonight. Yes, the pit bull type, as we know it today, was established in England. It is a strong, athletic, and tenacious dog. It was used for blood sports, I know, such as bull battling or bull baiting. Yeah, that part. What dogs was the pit bull bred from? Like, all dogs are a mixture of other dogs. So what dog breeds did the pit bull originate from? Was it the bulldog and the terrier? Was it a bulldog and a Newfoundland dog? Was it the Rottweiler and the terrier? Or was it a Rott and a Newfoundland dog? Like, which one do you think it was? Hello, Oi. Bulldog and terrier? Let's see if it's that. Oh, it is that. Most pit bulls descend from the British bull and terrier, a 19th century dog fighting type developed from crosses between the Old English bulldog and the Old English terrier. I know, right? Things that we learn. Hi, Kizzle. According to the American Temperament Test Society, which dog breed is more aggressive than the American pit bull? Is it the Basset Hound? Is it the Chihuahua? Is it the Poodle? Or is it all of the above are more aggressive than the pit bull? Let's see what Chihuahua. Not just the Chihuahua. Although all of the above is correct. Oh, yes, the ATTS tested 870 different pit bulls, y'all. And of those, 755 of them passed the test, while 115 did not, giving them an 86% pass rate. This means it ranks them, pit bulls, as less aggressive than numerous other dog breeds, including beagles, bulldogs, basset hounds, collies, corgis, chihuahuas, German shepherds, poodles, and Yorkshire terriers, you guys. So maybe you have to check some of the things that you've heard about pit bulls, because obviously there are way more aggressive dog breeds than pit bulls. All right. Welcome in, everybody. It's so glad that you joined me. I'm so happy you're here. We love our bully. I'm here for you, Gabrielle. Hello, MC. Welcome in, everybody. If I didn't say hi to you while you came in, just know I see you in here. Feel free to see if you know the answers. I'm so happy you joined me tonight. What is the highest rank attained by an American Pit Bull Terrier in the United States Armed Forces? Is it sergeant? Is it captain? Is it major? Or is it private? What is the highest ranking that a pit bull has became in the United States Armed Forces? I see a lot of you saying major. It's not major. What do you think? Sergeant? Yes, sergeant is correct. Okay, Sergeant Stubby, all right? Stubby like your toe when you stub it, but Sergeant Stubby, okay, was the most decorated war dog of World War I. Yes, the unofficial mascot of the 102nd Infantry Regiment. He was assigned to the 26th Yankee Division, where he served for 18 months, participating in 17 different battles on the Western Front. He saved his regiment from surprise mustard gas attacks, found and comforted the wounded, and allegedly once even caught a German soldier by the seat of his pants. That means he got bit in the butt, okay? Holding him there until reinforcements could arrive. He is the only dog to be nominated and promoted to sergeant through combat. Stubby remains are in the Smithsonian Institute, y'all. Sergeant Stubby, the pit bull, is at the Smithsonian Institute, where he rests in peace. So yeah, there you go. That's something you didn't know, and now you do. Hi, Fred. So what makes pit bulls bites, when they do bite, more serious than other dog breeds? Is it because they have sharper teeth? Is it because they have a locking jaw? Is it because they refuse to release? Or is it mouth bacteria? Like, some of you should stop kissing other people because you get that bad mouth bacteria. But this is not what we're talking about right now, okay? All right, Mike, we say lock jaw. Okay, let's find out. Is it the locking jaw? No, it's, no. Is it the refuse to release? Yes. Once they get you, they do not want to let you go, okay? Pit bulls are known for their tenacity and refusal to release a bite, even in the face of great pain. A popular myth mischaracterized pit bulls as having locking jaws. That is a myth. But the refusal to let go is actually behavioral. It has nothing to do with physiology. It is not a physiological trait. It is a behavior trait. Yeah. All right. Next question. Under what name did the American Kennel Club first recognize the American pit bulls as? Was it the Manchester Terrier? Was it the Staffordshire Terrier? Was it the Airedale Terriers? Or was it the Jack Russell Terrier? Thank you for all the gifts, you guys. I see Staffordshire. All right, Oi knew this. Like, tell me Oi has a pit bull. Oi, do you have one? Maybe you do. In the 1930s, okay, in the 1930s, the American Kennel Club was faced with a big dilemma, okay? Whilst not wishing to condone dogfighting, okay, they were not really into it. There was a desire to recognize what had become a truly unique dog breed. Thank you, RS Rob. Thank you, Columbia. Dog breed for which over 30 years, oh, Phoenix, became what had become a uniquely American dog breed for which over 30 years of breed records actually did exist. The solution was to recognize pit bull terriers under a completely different name and prohibit these dogs from being used in organized dog fights and in organized dog fighting. Now, remember, this was before dog fighting was illegal in the United States. It is illegal now, right? But in 1935, the American Kennel Club recognized pit bull terriers as Staffordshire, if I can say that right, Staffordshire Terriers. So something to think about. Now we're almost ready for my special guest. So if he is ready, please request the box. We are on our last trivia question about pit bulls tonight. Okay, this is the last question. Which United States president kept a pit bull in the White House? Was it Dwight D. Eisenhower? Was it Theodore Roosevelt? Was it John F. Kennedy? Or was it Franklin D. Roosevelt? What do you think? Who was the one? Who was it? Who was it? Thank you, Rob. FDR for the win? Not FDR. Thank you, Rob. Well, let's see. Dwight D. Eisenhower? Thank you, Rob. No. Theodore Roosevelt? Yes. Teddy Roosevelt for the win, y'all. Thank you, Rob. In a letter dated April the 7th, 1907, okay, Theodore Roosevelt wrote to his son Kermit about a bull terrier named Pete that had come to live with him at the White House. We have had a tragedy about Pete, he said. He has killed 4 squirrels. Dr. Rixey, who is a philosopher, insists that it is all right and proper as it shows that the squirrels were getting so careless that something was sure to kill them anyhow. But it makes both mother and me rather melancholy. Unfortunately, it wasn't just squirrels that Pete the pit bull loved to bite and nip. And he was eventually exiled to the family's Sagamore Hill home, where after chomping too many people's legs, okay? So Pete had to be removed from the White House because he liked to have a little nip a little too much, a little nipping, a little too much with Pete because he just liked it. So if you're coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. Thank you for all the gifts. Thanks for being here. Meow means make each one wanted. We are a featured pet show here across the Meet Group platform. I am so happy that you joined me tonight. Now, we just finished up the first segment of our show. We're moving on to the second segment, which is not just me giving you information about pit bulls, but tonight we do have my special guest, Dad Ashish, and he's going to be joining me in the box now. Now, I can't wait for you guys all to meet him. Let me get him loaded up in here. Thank you, Rob.
Hello, hello. So it's everybody in the room.
Welcome in. So thanks for joining us tonight. Now, Dada, we hear you have a pet. Who is your pet and what is its name?
I have a blue nose pit bull. Her name is Sky. She's 1 year old.
A blue nose pit bull. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What's the difference between one pit bull to another?
So you have red nose, which they will have like a like a little red dot on their nose. Blue nose, they say they have like a little blue spot, but she's gray. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes by the coat, so she's a gray coat. And you have bullies, XL bullies. You have standard bullies. You have micro bullies. So they all run in the pit bull family. but they're different brackets.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of different kinds of bulldogs. Why did you pick the blue nose pit bull?
Well, originally I was going to get a double XL bully, right? And my boy, one of my friends, he was showing me another picture of dogs, like puppies. So when he showed me the picture of her, I kind of felt bad, because where she was at, like the environment, it wasn't good. It
Okay.
wasn't treating her good. It was like really messy, dirty, and stuff like that. So I decided to go with her instead of going with the other dog, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
So
it sounds to me like you made the right decision
yeah,
because she needed you.
correct.
Why did you name her what you named her? Thank you, Nadi.
It's gonna sound a little off, but this is why I named her, honestly. So when I got her, it looked like she was really gonna just die in my arms, right? Like she wasn't looking at me. She kept putting her head down, and honestly, only thing I would really see her, she kept looking towards the sky, right? So I'm like, you know what? It was raining. It was real rainy. So I'm like, it's dark. She's gray. The sky's looking dark. Why she keep staring at the sky? I said, you know what? I'm gonna name her Sky, and that's how I came up with the name, honestly.
Wow,
After that,
so almost like because that's her behavior kind of led you down the path
correct.
of
Yeah,
getting her. Interesting. And and that's not uncommon with rescue pets, right? Like that they are
correct.
shy. Does she still have that same behavior with you, or has that behavior changed now over time?
All right. So her name is Sky, right? She doesn't have that behavior anymore. Right now, she's relaxed. If I say her name, she's already going crazy. Like she was calm when I first got her. Now she's like, she has ADHD. She doesn't know how to calm down. I can get her to calm down, but she's just really like super loving. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I tell her right now, she'd jump in my arms. Come here, like this her right here.
Let's all take a look. Can you guys? And sometimes if you can't see her clearly, if you tap the screen, the comments will go away, and you'll be able to see Dada and Sky more clearly as well. You guys, just a little hint if you're new here. Oh wow.
So usually she's in my lap. Like I'm surprised she hasn't tried to climb in my lap right now. Usually that's what she does. She try to climb my lap, and I'm like, "Come on, relax." And everybody, like, Angel Sky, well, she's not an angel. She's a good dog, but she's not an angel. She definitely a great dog, a great dog to have.
What's does she weigh and how big is she?
Weighing wise, the last time I weighed her, it was a minute, but I think she weighs at least 40 pounds. It gotta be 40 pounds because she's heavy. She's heavy.
She's
When I
beautiful. Look
first
at
got her, her nails was like,
her.
so when I first got her, her nails, they was like really white. She didn't have no nutrients in her fingernails or nothing like that because you could tell that they took her away from the mother like soon as they got her. And it wasn't giving her no milk or nothing like that. Feed her correct. So I brought her back to life. She has
Look
a
at
big
how
snort, you
much
hear
she
it.
loves you.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your guys' favorite game to play together?
Honestly, you know what I do? I let her outside and she goes crazy. So like it's something I don't know. It's like something I'll do. Like I go like down to her and she gets extra hype. Like, she does, and then she just goes off. So when I let her outside, I'll do that to her, and then she look at me and she just keep running around running around the backyard, running around the backyard to the point sometimes she be banging into the grill. I'm like, okay, relax, relax, calm down.
That
Thank you,
means
thank you.
have you ever like teenagers that are like similar, when I had a yeah, they
I
would
feel like we all was that way in certain when we was younger. If it was something that that we wanted or something that we was very excited about, we all had that moment when we didn't know how to
What do you
relax.
feed him or her rather? I'm sorry. What do you feed her every day? Like, does she get kibble or does it get like wet food? Like, how do you control her weight?
I forgot the name of it because I had to switch her food. So before, most pit bulls, if y'all didn't know, most pit bulls are allergic to chicken. Something I didn't know. They're
Do you
allergic to chicken.
raw
So I
chicken
had to
or
give her
cooked
salmon. No,
chicken?
so I used to give her chicken. It had chicken in it. The recipe was chicken. Now I give her the recipe with salmon, so she
Oh,
doesn't have like scratches and itching all the time. And
and
now
that
she's not
helps
calm.
probably like with the fur coat, like with the what do you like?
Yeah, correct. Ugh.
That makes sense. Like she's such a pretty dog, you guys. Do you guys love her? Press one if you love her. I love her. Look at her giving him a big hug. Aw.
Yeah, this is her favorite thing to do. So I said, you know what? Come on. Just for everything to do. She'd be right behind me in my stream. If so, like I have like a flyer that she's a part of my stream because she's always in my stream.
Oh,
So if you don't see her right there, you'll be seeing her right here. If not, she literally would like not let me move. She'll put her whole head, whole body on my feet where I can't move.
so she wrestles with you.
Yeah, she loves to wrestle. That's one thing she loves to do is wrestle. I can tell you that much. Right? Right?
Now
She
you've had
loves to bite my
her
fingers,
a
right?
good amount
But
of
she won't
time,
bite
right?
me here.
Can I pet
Yeah, I
the
had.
dog? Is Sky friendly to strangers?
Yeah, she is very friendly. She's very strong, though. I'll tell you that much. She's strong. So if you're sitting down, she would jump in your lap and she would literally just like be on top of you, licking you. That's all she would do. The most thing she'll try to do is like nibble my fingers. But excuse me. Then she'll just start licking my arm. But she won't bite me, nothing like try to be mean, nothing like that. Like I could put my hands in her mouth, all that, and she won't do nothing. Like, so she's just playing around. It's
Wow.
like,
So, I mean, do you go through like, did you have to go through like some training? Like, like we
yeah, like
already
so,
know that like out of all of the dogs, like we heard earlier, that are out there, there's many, many dogs that are more aggressive than pit bulls, right?
correct.
So, but regardless of what breed a dog is, like, did you have to did
Just
you
how you
have
treat
to
the
do
dog.
some training with her? And if you did, what kind did you
I
do?
mean, not no training when it comes to being aggressive, no, but it comes with like basic training. Sit, lay down. I told her how to back up. Like if I told her to back up, she would literally backpedal. Like I could sit it down right here, and she'll start backing up and go sit down over there. And one of her favorite things like she likes to do is like army crawl. Like if she wants to get her way, she'll try army crawl. Or if she's trying to be sneaky, she'll army crawl. Or like she knows that let's say she did something supposed to be doing. If I told her my phone died. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
If I tell her to lay down, right, and just go in the bed, but she wants to get on the couch, hey, stop it. No, not yet. She's trying to grab the treat. Here. That's what she's trying to do. So if I tell her to lay down, what she would do is she would go in the crate. She'll run to the crate, act like she's going to her crate. She'll look at me, then go to her toys. After she goes to her toys, she'll grab one toy. Depending on what I say, if I say, come over here, she'll get real excited. She'll like, and then rush at me. If not, she'll try to creep over and go grab the toy and go lay down.
Oh, so she's sneaky. Not in a bad way, sneaky, but in a good way, in a cute
Yeah,
way.
it's like you'll be laughing like, I know you lying.
Right? I love that for you. And I love that for Sky too, because then it's a game for the two of you. If you guys are just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. Meow means make each one wanted. This is a featured pet show here on the platform. Dada, She's, and Sky, his pitbull, blue nose pitbull, are my special guests today. If you haven't favorited Dada Sheets, please click on his name and hit him with a favorite, okay? Click on his name, hit him with a fave if you haven't already favorited him. He is also consequently trying to get that top badge. I see it in his name. So he could use all of the views that you can swing by to and go see Sky as well, right? So both of the things. So if you haven't favorited him, click on the fave and go check him out. Dada, tell me why a pit bull? Like out of all the dogs you could pick, why did you want a pit bull?
I've always had pit bulls too though, but I've had a Labrador Retriever. I've had a Labrador Retriever mixed with a pit bull. I've had a boxer mixed with a pit bull. I've had an all pit bulls Grendel. I don't know. I said I don't believe like I said it's how you treat the dog. If you love the dog is gonna love you. I didn't say dog's man's best friend. What could be the female's best friend? It's anybody. So it's on how you treat the dog.
Yeah, I agree
Any
with
dog can
that
make a mistake too.
100%.
That's another thing. Any dog can make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you playing with the dog and the dog makes a mistake and it's playing with you in a friendly way and makes a mistake and snaps you. That's not the dog's fault that you was being a little, rough with the dog. You gotta understand. It's a dog. They can't control where their mouth is gonna land.
Absolutely. Yeah. Pets are animals, and a lot of times people forget that pets are at the end of the day, they're animals and they're just playing. like in the animal world, they think you're an animal too, right? So, um, tell me a story about you and Sky that is funny. Like, tell me a good funny story about you and Sky together.
Okay, so well, I have two dogs. But it's not a blue nose. The other dog is mixed, and that's her sister, her older sister, right? So when I first got her, of course, Sky was a puppy, but Sky was still somewhat bigger than her. So what Sky would do is she would like run into her, and they would be like licking each other in the face, and then Sky would put like the other dog's head inside her mouth, like she would be like swallow her, like not swallow her, but you would think she's gonna swallow it, and she'd just be playing with it, and then she'd take it out, and then it'll just be doing some silly stuff, right? So that's one of them. Another one was when she first seen Snow. So when she first seen Snow, like I told you, she likes to snort, right? So she got. So when she first seen Snow, she put her nose inside the snow like a hippo. She would just the whole time. And then I was like, "You okay?" She looked at me, started doing it again, like, and she started ramming her face into it. And then after that, she like did that run that I told you about. Started running around, knowing that she's really excited. She just really be like this, like. One day, I hope y'all see it, but in my stream, I show it sometimes. I'm like, look, I just did one little thing, like that. And she's like, I'm like, oh my God. She's very fast too.
Oh, she's got the zoomies. I love that her first reaction to Snow was like, what is this? Like,
that's exactly what it was. It was like, what is this? But I'm about to have fun. She didn't even want to come in.
What do you like? Do you take her for walks every day? How do you handle like?
But I do take her on walks. I have a backyard, but I do take her on walks. Like I give her walks because every dog needs a little walk, right? So she does have breathing problems too, because I think that's when I got her. You know what I'm saying? Like the environment that she was in, it was very dirty. It wasn't clean. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of the dogs was looking like they was ready to go. So I was like, man, I got to get this dog right now because I was going to get another dog, the XL Bully, and I was going to get into breeding dogs. That's something I want to do, and training dogs. So that was my thing. But I said, you know what? I might not be able to do this with her because she doesn't have paperwork, right? Unless I go down and actually get the paperwork for her and figure out exactly what breed and everything she is. But I'm going to get this dog no matter what. That's what I did.
I mean, sometimes the dog finds you, you don't find the dog, if that makes sense. It's the same way with, I think, cats. Cats pick the people think they pick the cat, but really it's
exactly. That cat just comes to you, or that animal comes to you in your arms, you like, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah. I mean, have you always loved dogs, or have you had other pets as well?
Yeah, I've always loved dogs. I've had lizards, snakes, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of animals, nothing like that.
Lizards, snakes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Snakes, turtles, frogs.
Wow.
Yep.
Lizards, I know, lizards, yay.
I had a lizard before, and it used to scream at me. I had to bring it back. I was so nervous of it. The guy tricked me. He said, yeah, this is a good lizard. He said, when you get home, give it some water. Spray it with the water. I sprayed with the water. I said, oh, no. Dad, I got to bring this back. What is this doing to me? This thing is attacking me through the thing. Bearded dragon. Yeah, I had a leopard gecko. I had a bearded dragon. My boy has a bearded dragon, too. They be calling me for information. Like, well, you know about these dogs. I know you know about these lizards. What can you tell me? Like one time his bearded dragon wasn't moving and it was like real dry. And I was like, bro, you gotta give it some light, give it some love, and give it some like vegetables. So when I told him to give him the vegetables, he's like, bro, it's munching on the vegetables, it's going crazy. When I got there, it was basically back to life. He said that when it moved, it looked like it was losing its like piece of his tail or something like that.
Wow.
You can't pull a lizard's tail either. Never pull a lizard's tail, it's gonna fall off.
Yeah, that's I mean, now does Sky get along? Do you take out Sky to like the dog park? And if you do or whatever,
I never got to do that. I never got to do that. That's something I want to do.
Go on a doggy date?
Say it again?
Like a doggy daycare date, you know what I mean? Like you go to the play dates in the parks, like your kids, you know what I mean? You take your dogs there.
I definitely want to do that.
She's a 1 year and a few
Yeah,
months.
how old is
May
she? I
24th
forgot
was
to
her
ask
birthday.
that.
She's a year and like I say 4 months. But I can't really call it because like I said, when I got her, she was already, like 2 months. So, and he never told me the real age, but I'm just going by what I think of what he told me. And I put the, the time. But her birthday was May 24th. May 24th is when he told me.
Oh, so Sky is a Gemini.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're a Pisces and Sky is a Gemini.
Crazy words, right? Total opposite.
Cats did a segment one time about pets and their horoscopes. So that's anyways, that's a different conversation. But
it's so true because she is like stubborn too. She's very stubborn. She gotta try to get her way. She wants to try to push through. When I say, all right, I'm about to feed you, so I have a gate. She'll try to push through. I'm like, girl, sit down, wait. And she'll look at me like, I want to go through though. No, you have to wait. You already broke the gate. You already broke it. So now I got, it's like I had to fix it to where it's like she doesn't mess with it. But she's a great dog, I ain't gonna lie. She doesn't mess with stuff in the house. Like
though. She's gorgeous, if you were, hold on, let me turn this off for a second. If you were going to pick 3 things to take with you to an island that are dog things, what 3 things would you need to take with you for Sky?
Well, she could eat the fish out there, so I'm sorry. She gonna eat some fish out there. She's good on food. She's good on food. But it'd kind of be hard, like, because she plays with anything. Like, look at this. So I'll definitely bring, like, I'll say one of her toys, but she don't really have a favorite toy because she's one of those dogs that you could give her this. And look.
What is that?
It's one of her toys that she done torn apart. But 3 things, damn. Don't need a leash.
She loves that thing. My daughter has one of those, and she tears her. It's called Ducky, and it looks just like that. And she's not a dog. It used to be a stuffy. Yes, Cass, it did.
Yeah, with her, it's like it don't really mean nothing. As long as you play with her. If you play with her, she gonna love you. It really don't mean nothing. Like, look, she's not even biting me. She's literally just nibbling and licking my fingers now.
Does she do any tricks? Do you have her trained to do any tricks or anything?
Not really no tricks, but like I said, she just more so. Get out. Yeah, get out. Not really no tricks, but like I said, she was not playing about that tree. Not really no tricks. Not yet. But she does the simple things. Come here. Sit down. She really.
Aww, what a good baby.
She might give me paw, but she might not. She knows how to do that. Sit down. Give me paw.
Good baby.
Sit down. Lay down. I can say go lay down. She's gonna lay down. Go ahead, lay down. Go ahead, lay down. Back up.
Aw, good baby.
Come here. That's a favorite thing though. Jumping.
Aw, she's doing it.
Strong girl.
Aw, she's so doing. She did such a good job, Dada.
Yeah. So she listens. Like I said, she really listens. And sometimes I'll be like, she be looking at me like she understands everything I'm saying.
I mean, I think that pets do understand way more than we ever give them credit. She needs all the.
You got all the treats. She took them all. That's one thing. She is spoiled.
If you guys are just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. This is Dada Sheesh. He is my special guest, but actually who's stealing the show tonight is his blue-nosed pit bull, Sky. And if you don't have Dada Sheesh favorited, please hit him with the favorite. He is going for top badge, and he does have an amazing pet. So we all love Sky as well. So yeah, and she deserves all the treats. I agree with Mama Cass. And welcome in Top Badge Dimples, also a featured show host down here in the comments. Make sure you got her fave too. So Dada, all right, so what are the 3 things? You got fish, you're not taking her to get fish. What are the other three things?
Honestly, I
What's
bring a
easy
rope.
for you,
I bring like
Sky?
a full rope. I need. So that's the thing. So right. Ooh, the virtue. So I would say it sounds crazy, but I'll bring just a real strong rope that she could take wherever she wants, right? Because I made a bet with not bet, but this guy told me, he said, "Hey, this is good for your dog. If you bring this to," he said, "if you bring this home and the dog chews it up in one day, I'll give you another one for free, but a bigger like this is it right here, matter of fact." So I brought it. He said, "No dog is able to break it." I brought it home. I turned around. 15 minutes later, she broke it.
Oh wow.
So everything she gets, she like just chooses. So they do have strong jaws. But I will bring, I don't know, like I said, I bring a rope for her. I don't know. She don't need no bed. She's not really like, it ain't really much to bring for this dog. It ain't really much to bring for the dog. I be bringing more stuff for myself. Because she needs, like I said, she likes fish. That's what she likes. So fish is all in, in the water. You can find that. The water's there. Right? Can I relax now? Can I relax now?
She's a simple lady,
Yeah,
but she likes her toys, and that's important.
That's all she needs, that love.
Yeah, our big
So
back, right?
a rope.
She's a beautiful dog. I love her color of her coat. She's so shiny, and she seems to be like so well behaved, really. For a bigger dog at all. Meow. Purr. So, Dada, if you are going to, say if somebody was looking for a pit bull, okay, because we do have other people in the community who love pit bulls and have pit bulls. But if you were somebody who was looking to get a pit bull, what were some of the things maybe that you would look for in selecting a pit bull that maybe you could share with other people?
Well, I'll tell you this. Every pit bull, they have their own mood, like their own how they act. So like I said, with blue noses, you look them up, they're very stubborn, but they're loving. And they have problems sometimes, they say, with their legs. So you gotta really check into the dogs. Like every dog has, his ups and his downs. So make sure when you get in that dog, look into the dog. You know what I'm saying? Look into the dog, see if they have any like I said, how do you say it? If they're gonna have any medical
Physical.
problems, known for having medical problems, stuff like that. And just know that when you're going into it, don't think the dog's gonna be aggressive, and you have to treat the dog how you want the dog to be treated. You have to treat the dog how you want to be treated, basically. Can I get my finger back now? Can I get my finger back?
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's a lot of dogs that are
know that the dog does come with a lot of work. You have to train the dog. You can't be mad at the dog. The dog is peeing in your house. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes with training. Know what the dog is allergic to. Like I said, because most pit bulls are allergic to chicken. If you look it up, it's facts.
Oh, interesting.
So if you see a dog scratching or something like that, it could be the food that you're giving it.
Interesting.
Because at first I thought, I'll be honest with you, when I seen her scratching a lot, I'm like, is she getting bit by ticks or something? You know what I'm saying? But It wasn't none of that. And then the guy told me, he's like, try this. And when I did that, she doesn't do that anymore. Obviously, she scratches, but she doesn't really do that anymore. She doesn't have those problems.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, in our last few minutes together, Dada, why don't we talk about you for a few minutes, because we have been talking about Sky the whole time. So let's talk about you for a few minutes. Like, what do you have going on here on the platform? When are you streaming? What do you have coming up? And if you haven't hit Dada Sheesh with a favorite, please hit him with a favorite and go check him and Sky out.
Well, I do Fave for Fave parties. I start off with that every Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Good vibes only, you know what I'm saying? Good energy. I'm going for my top badge. I've been on here for about 4 years. I'm starting my game night starting next week, Saturday. So if anybody wants to be a part of it or any information, you could DM me or DM Kat, my admin, #1. And it's going to be like a scavenger hunt, but I'll give you more information.
Okay, so you got a game night. And when you say DM you, like, where do you answer your
Instagram? That's my bio in Instagram.
It's in your bio. So if you guys don't follow Dada, go hit him on Instagram. Follow him, hit him with a favor. Go check him out, y'all. He's got some content coming up. He's working on a game night. He has a fave for a fave party. So if you're looking to get your faves up, if you're looking to connect and just have some fun in the community, hit him with a favor. And the way you do that, it's free. You click on his name and hit the favorite button. No, that's not Binka, you guys. This is Chuck Norris, my cat. He's just keeping me. What?
I said stay positive.
Yeah, and it's got.
I'm sorry, that's something I preach. Stay positive. I send positive posts to everybody, you know, and stuff like that. That is something I preach, though. So. Positivity wins.
Yeah, that's facts. So, you know, anything else that I didn't ask you, Dada, that you would like to add that maybe I forgot to ask you that you wanted to share?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
I just wasn't making sure because sometimes I forget.
What is 3 things that I would bring if I was on an island? That was a good one. You had me stuck on that one. I'll tell you that. I was like, man, because this dog is like, you could give her, like, she's happy with anything. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not there, she's not happy, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I walk away, she will be at the door right there and be barking. Oh, another thing I told her, she knows how to bark, but, like, speak. But it's like, sometimes she does it, sometimes she don't. I'll be like, speak. And then she's like, roof, roof. I'm like, speak. And then she'll do it. So she's picking when she wants to do it, though. I'll show people my stream. I got to leave out and do it. You know what I'm saying? I got to leave out the door. And then I got to, like, knock. And then I'll say, speak. And then she, roof, roof. I probably want to try it. I might have 1 minute left. Let me see.
Go on.
She might do it. Let's try it. Back up.
It's in his bio, in his thing. If you click on his name, you'll be able to link to it.
She don't want to do it. She being too hyper. She jumped right in my arms.
She doesn't want it. She knows that you want her to do it. That's why. She's like, nah.
She's like, I'm not doing it.
I'm not a monkey.
She climbed her way up in here, though. Ouch, 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 ouch. That hurt.
Well, thanks, Dada, for being my special guest tonight. It was nice to meet you and Sky together. And if you guys haven't favorited Dada, please hit him with a fave, okay? I'm gonna let you out of the box now, okay?
Hey, I'll favor everybody back. Y'all have a good one. Stay positive. Bless.
Oh yes, this is my cat as well. Yeah, big facts, you guys. Big facts. I have more than one cat. I have 2 cats. But enough about me. This is my cat, Chuck Norris. Okay, he is a rescue cat. Thank you. Yes. And he's my baby. This is one of my rescue cats. My other rescue cat is Binka. Thank you for the werewolf. Now, you guys, we are at, he is a Maine Coon, so he is a large cat breed. And he's actually lost weight. He's in a good, healthy weight range right now. You guys, if you're just coming into the show, welcome in. This is Meow and Me. Meow means make each one wanted. This is a featured pet show here on the platform. If you have a pet and you want to be on this show as my special guest, please hit me up, hit up my IG, hit up Emoji J, or reach out to Even Cats. Let me know. So we will get you scheduled to be on the show. Okay. Now, the next segment is called Pets in the News with Cats Roar, right? Pets in the News with Cats Roar. Now, Cats brings us all the latest, greatest information out here on the pets each week. You're going to want to make sure you favorite my special guest, Dada Sheesh, and also my longtime segment holder of Pets in the News, Cats Roar. You're not going to want to miss getting a favorite on her. Let me get her big, you guys. And don't forget to fave me. Hello? Meow?
Meow. Happy Monday. Wait, it is Monday. Yes, happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody.
Hi, cats.
Hi. Chuck Norris looking cat? What?
Oh, Chuck Norris has been sneaking in trying to steal little Dada Sheesh's thunder tonight.
Well,
this is my cat, Chuck Norris, you guys. Yeah, he's a big fluffy baby. Anyways, go on, cats.
No,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good. So we've talked about AI before and kind of how AI and AI being artificial intelligence, how it's being used in terms of your pets. You know, we know that, you know, a lot of us know about like ChatGPT or other sites we can create AI photos. But there is a group of scientists in London. And again, I find it interesting that a lot of research is done outside of the United States, which is pretty cool. It's not necessarily, I guess, funded here in the United States. But basically, this new center is going to explore how AI can help humans talk to their pets. And so they kind of give the example of, let's say, you know, your cat is sulking, or your dog is whining, or your rabbit is doing that weird thing with its ear. You know, we can always kind of assume maybe what's wrong, or maybe we're quick to rush them to the vet sometimes if you have that luxury, you know what I mean, to take them to the vet. But sometimes it's kind of like a guilty feeling that we have because we don't know what's wrong and they can't talk to us. So this center in England is the first establishment of this kind, where they're dedicated to investigating evidence on the consciousness of animals. Just hear me out. So starting in September, this group, they research non-human animals, because of course we're animals too, including those that are very evolutionarily, I can't use that word, different than us. So in terms of, you know, let's say crabs or different shellfish or insects that are very different than humans. There are some animals that have a lot of systems that are similar to ours, but they're kind of studying the whole gamut of animals. And one of the kind of more interesting studies that they're doing is looking at how AI can help humans speak to their pets, the dangers of doing that wrong, and what we need to do to prevent those dangers of doing it wrong. So I think, and I know I'm guilty of this, that sometimes we look at our pets, and I'm talking about all pets. It could be a snake, it could be a rabbit, a cat, a dog. And a lot of times we kind of give them human characteristics. You know, like, oh, look, my dog's smiling, you know, just a simple example. And I know I'm guilty of that. And what they're saying is that because we like our pets to display those human characteristics, and with the advent of artificial intelligence, the way which your pet will be able to speak to you could be taken to a whole nother level. There are current AI or artificial intelligent apps that maybe you can download from, let's say, you know, iTunes or wherever you download your apps from, that are kind of silly or made up AI type things, that can give like made up responses that they're saying can actually be harmful, depending on the person who is kind of reading that information and taking it to heart. It is interesting. And, you know, one example that they give is that a scientist points to separation anxiety in pets. So dog owners or cat owners often want reassurance that their pet is not suffering when they're left home alone, or, you know, maybe they're being boarded, or, you know, whatever it might be. So there are some futuristic apps, I guess you could say, that they're working on, that would help to provide some additional assurance, to be able to gauge, essentially they're trying to create apps that aren't going to cause more harm than good. In other words, it's not about telling the person on the other end of the app what they want to hear about their pet. It's about actually being able to tell them something tangible and real about their pet. So they're saying that there's an urgency to kind of build these frameworks, so that it's a more ethical way of using AI in terms of when we're talking about community with pets. Because again, you know, anything with pets is a booming industry. So it's very easy to convince people to invest or to buy something that in their eyes is going to help their pet. But in reality, a lot of times it's just silliness that these apps are giving people, and they're taking it to heart. So they kind of want to close that gap of kind of like the fakeness of artificial intelligence when it comes to communication with pets. So something else that they talked about, you know, driverless cars. You think about Teslas, or there might be some other models. I'm not really sure. I don't know much about them. But in a lot of research that's done about driverless cars, they talk about them not hitting people crossing the street, or things like that. One of the other things that this center is studying is, okay, but how do they also avoid animals, whether it's the squirrel running across the street, the dog, the cat, the bird flying by, that currently those really aren't considerations that are made. So this center, that's another focus that they're going to have, is try to work with like non-government organizations to develop guidance and research to provide to governments in the UK, but then hopefully across the world. So I know that was kind of a mouthful, but essentially current AI tactics in terms of the communication between humans and their pets, and trying to legitimize what is out there for people to actually get some quality information through the use of AI, versus kind of like, you know, like you hit the fortune teller button on your app and you just get some silly message that everybody gets, kind of thing. But then also looking from a technology standpoint, looking at automated driverless cars and how to incorporate AI to also protect the different animals. So I just thought it's kind of cool because, like I said, AI is always a hot topic. And then to also seeing it being used for something good, you know, is a positive thing. So hopefully some of that information will be, you know, well, it will be shared. And maybe there's some things that will be integrated here in the United States, depending on the federal government. Anyway, moving on to the next story. Pets can get sunburned too. So we have talked a lot because it is hot as HE double hockey sticks. I can't believe I just said that outside. And, you know, we're very worried about our dogs getting overheated, heat exhaustion, getting dehydrated. But just like you and I, they can very much get sunburned as well. And all of the same type of dangers that we can experience, even up to like skin cancer, are very real and concerning issues for pets as well. So like I said, we do a much better job of making sure they stay cool, but not necessarily making sure that their skin is protected. This, of course, is especially important for any pet that might have light colored hair, that's pale, pink skin, or those with fine or thin coats. A Sphinx cat is an example that they gave. Or I can't pronounce this kind of dog, but if you've ever seen the ugly dog contest and the dog that wins like every year, and that might be a Chinese crested, but it looks very similar, where it's just kind of very hairless. You know, being hairless is not really typical for most animals. Of course, there are hairless varieties of a lot of animals, but they should certainly have sunscreen applied to them just like humans. I don't recommend necessarily using Coppertone. There are products, you know, more that are probably safer for dogs, because as we know, dogs lick themselves, cats lick themselves, pets lick themselves. We're not licking our suntan lotion off. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're getting a product that is pet safe. Also think about their noses, their bellies. Noses are a big thing. So if you have a dog, you might have a dog that has a dark coat but a light nose. That nose can certainly be in danger of getting burnt in the sun. So just something to, and they also said, you know, make sure that even like their private parts, not to be funny, but if dogs lay on their back, they're out in the sun. There are dogs, and I know I keep saying dogs, but pets in general that love to sunbathe. Some pets love the sun. You know, they are highly susceptible to that. As I mentioned before, the long-term consequences can turn into some forms of skin cancer developing, not any different than the rest of us. So it's just really important, you know, to protect your pet, using sunscreen, of course, not using human sunscreen, because as I mentioned, many human sunscreen preparations contain ingredients that can be toxic for your pets. You need to reapply regularly. Cats, for example, a lot of times they'll get burnt on the tips of their ears. So you kind of have to look at your pet and see what areas are most susceptible, because every pet could be different to apply. Sometimes they'll wear sunglasses or goggles or hats. And I know it sounds funny. There are some breeds, like I said, that might be hairless, wear little shirts. So yeah.
I'm here for it. I think that I think that it's good. I think that people, yeah. And you know, too, their paws. Like a
Yeah.
lot of times, like sunburn happens off cement as well, like when the cement is hot. But keep going, cats. Tell us more. If you're just coming into Meow Me, make sure you got cats for our favorited. This is Pets in the News.
So the last story that I have is about reptiles. Like Dada Shees was mentioning, a lot of people might have iguanas or different reptiles, and this article basically focused on the fact that reptiles that start out cheap, small, and cute are most likely to be released or escape and potentially disrupt ecosystems. And this was based on a Rutgers study that was done recently. So the green iguana, which is a common exotic pet that originates from Central and South America, has been released in the wild in the United States. I'm going to show you a picture at alarming numbers, to be honest. So this is a green iguana. The convo, boring in a brothel. That's cool. Anyhow, where was I going with this? So the study by Rutgers provides new clarity on how and why exotic pet trades become the primary venue by which many reptiles and amphibians arrive in non-native lands, the first step to becoming ecologically damaging invaders. So think about it. If you live in New York City, obviously New York City is not a tropical place where you would find native iguanas running the streets of New York.
Sure.
But you know, there may be many people, again, innocent folks who might get a starter iguana for their child or for themselves. They're not that expensive to have. And then they get to be these giant iguanas. Perhaps they have more needs, it's more expensive, whatever it may be. And just there's an uprise in folks who are letting them out into the wild. So they said research documented 1,722 reptile and amphibian species in the United States from 1999 to 2016. Now,
Wow.
previously, it says they found that the most popular pets, those imported in high numbers and sold at low prices, usually when they were small and cute, are most likely to be dumped in the wild later on. And it says that a lot of owners might underestimate what they will actually need when those animals become full size. Think about it, a snake, you could buy a snake that starts out this big and then it's 12 feet long. So what, you know, what you need to house animals that are this big or feed animals that are that big is far different once they get even to like being a year old. So unfortunately, I do think it's irresponsible. That's just my opinion I'm putting in to let any animal out in the wild that was domesticated at some point, because you're kind of setting them up for failure. Because if you have hand fed an animal for a year, 6 months, whatever it may be, you know, they are reliant on that human to do that. They don't have the skills to hunt their own food. And again, I use New York City as the example. So if you're letting an iguana loose in Times Square, what are they going to eat?
Yeah, leftover funnel cakes, I don't know, hot dogs,
right. You know what I mean? Right, not in the wild. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess they just want potential owners to really be aware of what they're getting into, because a lot of times, again, you know, people think it's cool to have reptiles. Lots of little boys and little girls, you know, they want a snake, they want an iguana, they want a lizard. And I don't think it's much different even with other domesticated pets, a cat, a dog, any of those that at different stages in their life, their care is different. Sometimes it gets easier, but sometimes it gets harder and more expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's about protecting the environment as well, just because, you know, again, depending on where you live and what numbers of these animals are being released in those areas could really have an impact on the land that you live. But then think about it, you know, I've been to Florida where I'm sitting outside chilling and there's lizards running all around me. Now they're native to Florida. Do you know what I mean? But it sort of freaked me the hell out. Now I live outside of Philadelphia. If if I was sitting outside now and a bunch of lizards ran around, I'd say, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? So just something, you know, to think about. And that kind of sums it up. So, you know, just to kind of give you a summary, talking about AI and communicating with pets, and just that London is doing some more involved studies to see how we can provide, not we, but they can provide information that is better quality, not just telling pet owners what they want to hear in terms of what their pet is thinking or feeling. Also incorporating that technology in driverless vehicles to be considerate, not just of not hitting the humans, but also not hitting the pets, no matter what kind of pet it is.
Facts.
Make sure you keep your pets safe, especially if they have paler skin or thinner hair or no hair at all. That sunscreen, and then also, you know, just ensuring that in the heat, it's not just about keeping them cool, it's about keeping them protected in their skin. And last but not least, keep your eye out that there might be just some random reptiles running around where you live. You might live in the middle of Ohio and you might see a whole bunch of iguanas running by. And the reason why that's happening is probably because somebody had them as starter pets and perhaps let them out around the corner, and now they are invading where you live.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is a story too that I saw on People, like some like people.com has pet news too, and one of the things that I saw was about koi fish, right? And I think you covered that as well here, even on Pets in the News one time, about how these goldfish that you win at the county fair are being released into Lake Michigan, and they become apex predators basically in the environment because they weren't meant to be there, right?
Exactly.
So this has happened with multiple species of animals. Florida, especially when people have hurricanes and tornadoes, all of these pets get released into the wild in their zoos, and next thing you know, you got lizards falling on you while you're barbecuing, you know. And in the winter time, anyways, I can just talk on and on about this piece, but I do think like it is very important to consider the cost of pet ownership. We talk a lot about pet ownership, but we also talk and endorse responsible pet ownership, right? And by responsible, you're not getting 10, 15, 20 dogs, you're getting 2, because that's the 2 that you can afford to take care of and feed and treat with good quality care, right? And I think that's the important part. You have to understand that bearded dragons are very expensive. They eat a lot of bugs, a lot, and you have to feed them properly, you know, otherwise they don't grow correctly. So it's important to understand and do a little investigation, right? Cats, like, do a little investigation into the type of pet you want, if you can afford that pet, how much is it going to cost on a monthly, weekly basis, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, sure.